All right, right on top of the hour. Let's see if this is going to work out or not. Hopefully it is. I switched to the right one this time. Yay, something worked right. Well, thanks for joining me for Daily Davinci today. I really appreciate everybody being here. Looks like my audio once again is really low. Yeah, I do not get it. I do not understand it. I don't change these things, and yet it's still not working properly. It's 100%, believe it or not. 100%. So I'm just going to leave it like it is and move this little gizmo thing over here. Morning, everyone. Let's first and foremost, let's bring in our special guest today. There he is. Hey, Doug. Thanks for giving up your 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time slot to me. I appreciate it. What's that? Cat's got your tongue? We'll see you tomorrow then. Thanks, Doug. Doug Betts, everybody. Doug Betts. BH Ringers joined us. Tony Wallow first in, as always. Jeff Ryman was a close second. Greg is out running around. And BH Ringer again has joined us third. So, Doug kind of threw me for a little loop. He sent me an email and said he was not going to be able to be on at his normal time and to adjust accordingly. So I thought I might as well take this time to take some of his time. It's kind of a really cool thing that we got going on, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. And obviously you notice there's some changes to the opening. I was working on those when, I'll bring that up first. I was working on that. I wanted to change it. I kind of noticed yesterday that it's no longer Halloween-ish, October. So I thought, I'll go find something from Thanksgiving, and I'll change the font of daily to more convenient. I couldn't find anything that I really liked, so I went and found an image just to get this done. And then when you play it, I kind of wanted to start it at the bottom to signify that Thanksgiving is on the way, and I'm going to take over, and I'm going to take over these pumpkins, get out of here. So that is how that came about. Now, I obviously got some adjustments to do. I need to bring the daily down just a little bit more. I need to expand the turkey just a little bit more, which is really not all that hard to do. But that's not what I wanted today to be about. If I bring this down, then I'm good. Everything now echoing again. So Tony is saying I have an echo. All right. I BH cup number 1.5. I went and filled it back up. This is kind of a interesting cup of coffee this morning. I've got two different blends of grounds in there. We were running low on one, so I was just a little lazy, and well, that went the wrong way. I was just being lazy. Instead of opening up the new can of the same brand, I thought, oh, I'll just use these right here. This will work just fine. All right, that's close enough. So, first and foremost, let's figure this echoing out. I bet you if I bring this over here, I'm going to get, on the stream, I'm probably going to get mirroring. I should get mirroring. If I'm not getting mirroring, then that's cool, but I should be getting a mirroring image. And I'm going to check that out kind of real quick like. And go to my channel. Click on this. Click on this. Click on this. Click on this. I have an echo because I have YouTube running. I'll turn the volume down and I'll get rid of that echo. I don't think I had another YouTube running which would cause an echo. So I'm shocked that this is actually showing that screen. That's actually showing my third screen and not my first screen. So that's interesting. Change this over to here. There we go. Now it should mirror. And it's going to. Alright. All is well in the world now. That's kind of neat. Every time I move this, it messes it up. So what I will do is I'll get this out of the way so that we're not having that mirroring effect. That drives me up a wall. So I can imagine it's going to drive you up a wall. And I put it over on my fourth monitor, but it's still mirroring. So we'll go back to here. That appears to be my, I don't know, not the right monitor. That's correct. Is this going to be right now? No, that's one. Let's go to 4. There we go. 4 is one. Whatever. So I'll get rid of the icons while I fix this because I think I know what it might be. I'll go into my video capture device and I will turn off that. Now I need to know, can I still be being heard over YouTube? And it should, honestly, it should be rather low right now. If audio is coming through YouTube, it should be low. I'm going to venture on a limb and say it is low. There should not be an echo though. There should have been an echo. Tony once again pointed out what I should have seen anyway on the mixer, but it's low. So let me, BH Ringer's saying the audio is good. I'll leave it where it's at then, although by the mixer it is low. So let's continue. So going back to, after all, it is Daily Davinci. So that's what I did. And eventually I'll probably add a Christmas one and everything else. I'm going to go in and mess with the fonts. I was playing around earlier with the fonts. I'll just bring this one over here and we'll bring it over there and we'll just change this to whatever. Daily Debacle. We'll change the color so that it stands out. And we'll change the size so that it gets bigger. So yesterday I went and found a few fonts that I like. I like this one. Broadcast Tilting is what it's called. But when I tried to use it with Greg Guy, everybody, Greg Guy joining us on Daily Davinci Debacle. We should all bow to His Highness. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Of course, I know you guys are all following me along and doing that at home. Morning, Greg. I think he got canceled, didn't he? Or at least I heard. Anyway, back to the show. So I kind of like that. I tried to use it for Daily Debacle over here. It just doesn't work. Okay, so when I use this font, it's going to have to be bigger, a bigger font, a bigger size. So then I also downloaded one called Christmas Snow, which is right here. And again, when you change the size, you get the effect that it's got the snow behind it, but it just didn't look proper with Daily debacle over here with the word daily. It just looked all kind of messed up. So that was two. Then another one I grabbed was called, I don't remember. This machine or the machine. It's kind of cool. I can see some applications for it as well. So, and I was just looking at fonts and going, oh, that looks neat. Let's grab that. Or, oh, that looks neat. Let's grab that. And I'm quite sure there are things I can adjust in here to make this look different. You can track it out a little bit like this, or you can track it in. And I did try tracking out daily Davinci, and it just would not track out. Line spacing, if you have another line, put in Davinci, resolve. You can come down here to tracking or line spacing, and you can space it out like that. And this is all built in to Davinci Resolve. And of course, you've got the ever popular and famous, if you go to the beginning of the clip, take the write off out, keyframe it. I did learn something today. I want you guys to watch right down in here. If I hit shift and the right arrow key, that's 1, that's 2 seconds, that's 3 seconds, that's 4 seconds. So I'm going to go right there, and I'm going to write this on to about right there. I'm going to hit shift and right arrow key, go a little bit more. Oops. So we're going to start that process over. Double click, start all over again. Live, unrehearsed, and unscripted. I was going to cheat earlier today and do something, but I decided not to. So we'll keyframe that. I'm going to keyframe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds of this frame. I'm going to grab the thing and go to right halfway right there. I'm going to go shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to right there. Then I'm going to go to the end, back it up just a little bit, make sure I get to the end, and I'm going to go ahead and write it completely on, and we get everything. So now when we play that, we get a little bit of a pause at the 5-second mark, a little bit of pause at that, and then it'll just continue writing the rest of it on as normal. Right, so it's right on, right off too. Oh, sure, Wintermute brings up a good point. Very good point, Wintermute. So let's go back to the beginning. We'll go back to the right on. We'll double click it. You can actually take the left edge of the right on, take it to here, and keyframe it right there. Again, I'll go shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lost count. That looks good. And then we'll grab this one and go to right there. That keyframes it. Now what happens if we go shift left arrow and then grab this one and then go shift right arrow, grab this one again, shift 1 second or 1 frame it is to here, and then go to the end, take it all the way to there, take it all the way to there. Boy, this will be really interesting. So we'll go back, we'll play it. Okay, they both moved at the same time. I was watching up in the inspector. That's kind of cool. Except it doesn't get all of daily and it doesn't get all of resolve. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. So yeah, I went and played around with some fonts, and I went and got a few. I think I want to say I got one more. Oh yeah, I got Grinch. I went and got the Grinch because, as you all know, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. That's coming up, by the way. So it's Grinch 2.0. And it's slightly tilted is all it is. And then if you really want to get in the Grinch mood, you come in here and you change it to the Grinch color. So I was a little disappointed that the font itself didn't have the Grinch color, but me being the Forrest Gump smart man that I am, I figured out how to do that. So enough of this. Let's move on to what we clearly wanted to get accomplished today. I did want to share that with you guys, and I have a little bit of time to kill this morning since, uh-oh, I heard a bell. Hey, Doug's back. Hey, Doug. Good to see you again. Taking a break from your Fortnite? All right, good talk, Doug. Thank you. So let's go over here to the file, go to the project manager, and I'm going to close this one. No, I'm not going to close this one. I don't have to close it. On second thought, I'm just going to open up what we started yesterday, and it basically is now nothing. And this is where I was going to cheat just a little bit and kind of catch it up to where we had it. So I'm going to take these arrows away. There's a couple things in here I wanted to point out. You can go in here, and I think what I said was the letter I. You can do this, and then you can go back to, I think it's transform. You can change it to, no, that's not where I want. I want to go to, is it layout? No. Yeah, layout point. I'm going to change this to a circle. And then I'm going to go find it. And I'm going to go back over here to text. I'm going to add a couple more. And it didn't add them. There we go. And when I play this, I got sort of a half circle type deal. Now, if I want to complete the circle, then I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, bring it over just a little bit, bring it up a little bit more. Go back to here, and I believe it was, or no, it's in here. And I'm going to change the width, and I'm going to close the circle. So you can get some pretty cool effects messing around in here. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna add one more eye. There, that closes the circle. I can't remember if I animated this or not. So we'll hit play. I did animate it. But I didn't animate it the way that I wanted to animate it. So that's pretty neat. I wanted to kind of share that too. So we'll go back over to here. Put our playhead over there so we have our map. We'll go to Fusion. And we're back to this debacle. So we were at last count. We were messing with, put that right there. Click off on that. Go to Paint 2. Going to blow this up a little bit. Go back to Paint 2. We're going to click on the polyline. We're going to put that there in California somewhere. And then we're going to come down here to the southern tip of Florida, put it right there. And we're going to put a bend in it by going to the tool right here. We'll grab this point and we will bend that out, make it look like it's a flight. Then we'll change the color. And we'll go down to, I don't know, let's go some goofy color. Somebody give me a color in chat. That's going to be T-5 from Tony Wallow. So I'm waiting on a color. Thank you, Tony. Pink. Why didn't Tony go away? There we go. Pink. Okay, so this is about as pink as it's going to get, it looks like. So we'll come in here to brush controls and we'll, oops. Okay, interesting. Come down to brush controls and we'll bring the line down. I agree with what Jeff said yesterday. I think the thinner the line, the better. So we'll go about right there. Hot pink. Great guy wants hot pink. Yeah. Good luck with that. Barely found pink. And then obviously we know about if we want to do the right on, we can just by simply taking it to the beginning, keyframing it. Of course, this is going to be at like 200. So let's do this over here. Let's see what this looks like since I'm not paying attention. And we'll go to the beginning and we'll hit play. It's different. Does blue contrast better? Sure. Let's check that out. I mean, this is just obviously going to be a kind of a throwaway deal. So we'll go with that color blue right there. I'm going to go fix the right on error because I wasn't at the beginning simply by double clicking this right here, and that puts everything back. And then we will make sure we're at the beginning of the clip by going to 0. We'll take this down, give it a keyframe. And then if we wanted to have a little bit of fun, we'll go Shift 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the keyframe or the right on just a little bit. And we'll go Shift 1, 2, 3, 4. Move it just a little bit more. Real tedious. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's got to be an easier way to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then because I'm getting bored, I'm going to go over here to, I don't know, about 200-ish. And take the right on all the way out. We're done. Flight's continued. Flight's over. Thank you for flying. And we'll hit play. And along about here, it should just go, should have went really fast. It should have been kind of slow, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it right now. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know how I did that. I like that, though. Oh, I see what happened. I keyframed it at 0, and I keyframed it at a specific time, and I keyframed it at the end. So what it's doing, it's doing what it's supposed to do. If I go back to the beginning and I grab the playhead, when it gets to this keyframe, it's going to start all over again and go backwards. Interesting. All right, we'll leave that like that for now. Now I want to add a second or shadow in here, and this is where I was struggling yesterday. So we're on the paint. We are on poly stroke number 2, so I'm going to grab this. We're going to go as close to this as we can, and then we're going to go as close to this as we can, because we know it ends there. We're going to bend it again, but we don't want the exact same bend, or do we? So let's try to duplicate the bend. So the exact same bend will be right there. So let's put it like that to indicate maybe a shadow, and then we'll change the color. Hopefully I'm on the right one, to green. I am, but we know the shadow is going to be black, so we'll make it black. We'll hit OK. We also know the size is too big, so we'll bring this down a little bit. And we'll bring the opacity down to give it the shadowy look. Right there's pretty good. And we can blur it with the softness just a little bit. So that looks fine. Maybe just a little bit darker on the opacity. We'll go right there. And we'll do the same thing if I can remember how I did the keyframing, which I probably can't. So we'll go back to 0. keyframe that at 0, and then we'll go to 200. We'll keyframe it all the way out. Then we'll go over here to this one. Oops. And we'll keyframe it all the way back to the beginning. I'm interested in seeing how that looks. So go to the beginning, we'll hit play. Shadows going, planes going. And they both go back together. Wow. Cool. So now we're back to where we were yesterday. I think I'm okay, Wintermute. I think if I were to blow this up and move the map itself and blow this up, go ahead and play this through just a little bit. I'm okay except for my poly stroke 3 is on top of my poly stroke 2, or the shadow's on top of the flight. So this is like Manifest, which by the way starts Friday on Netflix. There's my sponsorship for the day. So all we're going to do to fix that, somehow you're supposed to be able to take, but it's right in here. So I'm going to bring Polystroke 2 down underneath this, but it says to bring it down into here. There we go. Now we'll scroll through here, and it should, when it ends up, the black should be underneath, and it is. I like that. That's cool because it completely goes away, and then as it goes backwards again, Manifest reference. So good. So now we're right back to where we got to yesterday before I screwed it up. The question was brought up, what is these controls right here? Well, we know the lock control is if I lock these, nothing can be changed to these. And let's test that. We'll try to change the color of whichever one we're on, and we'll go to some horrible color. We'll hit OK, and it didn't change, so we know that that's good. So the lock works. I don't like it. The first line should be dark red, the other line black. Okay, I will make one more color change. Dark red. So this looks to be dark red. There we go. When I do Greg's line is going to be dark red with a light pink shadow. You got to remember, this is just for daily Davinci and showing you guys what I've got in the works or whatever. And we are at 28 minutes. Okay, cool. So we know the lock works. I don't know what pin means. And obviously this is pin. And I don't know what this one means. Obviously this is reset. We tested it yesterday and it worked just fine. So we want to stay away from that. Let's try pin. So first things first, we know we're on the top line. We'll know that because when we change the color, it changes color. I'm going to cancel that to keep it dark red. I'm going to hit pin. Make sure I was on the right one. And I believe I might be. I am not really sure. So we'll pin them both. Or is pin meaning you can put a pin in here? Don't know. Nope, you can't drag the pin out. So I will research that to see. It's pin. I know that, obviously. I mean, you can see right there it says pin underneath it. This is versions. Aha! We're going to unpin it because I remember we want to look at the versions. So we click on versions. Let's go to Polystroke number 3. And there are 6 versions. So version number 1 is what we currently are on. Let's go to version number 3. not virgin, version number 3. And then I don't see anything changing. So let's get out of this completely. Go back into modifiers. Go into here. I'm not seeing anything down here change. Usually with versions, you can see an instant, and I do mean instant, something will pop up, something will change. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that at all. Size of the brush. Is that image? Can I seriously put an image in there? You can. Ooh, this could be cool. You can put an image. Now, the question is, how do you get the image? Okay, so that's on version 3. Let's go to version 1. Let me put the image on there too, so that's not it. Change version, then change something. Look, see if it changes back in the older version. Good point. So let's go to version number 3. Go back to, let's just see if we can put an image in there. Tablet settings, that's the size. So, oh, version number 1. Version number 3. Make sure we're on the right one. Okay, I didn't lock it, but I'm not able to change the color. I'm not seeing the color change. Or is it because I'm on an image? I think it's because I'm on the image. So let's go back to the paint. Go back to the color. And again, it's not changing because it's on version number 3. All right. The image has me intrigued. Okay, or better yet, this is going to be text. I'm almost sure of that. Pixel. Really? Pixel. I'm guessing that's not working. So it looks like version number 3 locks that in. This gives me something to do tonight. I wanted to get Doug's project done tonight. That's Pixel. I was thinking maybe, so if I go back to 1, yep. Oh! It changed. So if we play this, I'm going to stop it right there. We're going to go back over here to version number 3. We're going to change it from pixel back to line. We're going to go back to version number 1, and it's still there. I'm thinking version number 3 with this, so let's go brush shape, double click it, back to there. Go back to here, double click it back to there. Aha! But the color appears to have gone. And the animation's clearly gone. On the second line, there's no more animation. And that's fine. Yeah, I'm guessing you. Yeah, exactly, Wintermute. I'm guessing if you go over here to the 5th version and you change the color to green, then go back over here to the 1st version, and then go to the beginning. Although I don't see that line changing at all. Maybe because it's already highlighted. Version number 3. This image thing's got me intrigued, though. I really want to work on this image. I want to figure out, how do you put an image in there? The brush shape is an image. So we're still on paint. Do I go to the media pool and grab an image? Media pool, media pool. Why can't I find, maybe in version number 3 with image collected, you cannot get an image. Let's go to version number 1, media pool. Okay, this is interesting. I should be able to grab this edge and bring this in here like this. All right, there's my images. Let's grab another image, import media. Let's grab this one here. That's a JPEG. And we'll drag it down. Oh, Lord, where am I going to put this? I think you're going to have to bring it in here. We'll show that over there. I'm going to turn off the media pool to get me some space. And then I'm going to do that so that I can see my picture. Can I connect my media? Can you have two medias at one time? No, you cannot. I knew that. But if I take out this, and that doesn't work, why is that not working? So put this back, go back over to here, go back into media pool. I don't want to mess with that. That's not what I want. So do I have to put this on here like that? Nope. Nope. Gonna be in Fusion somehow. Open in Fusion page. I want to be able to add Alright, it added it and nothing went away, or did something go away? I'm not sure. So now if we hit play, nothing's playing. If we get rid of that, that comes back. If we add that, then that goes away. If we take that away, then nothing happens. And if we put this in here, it puts it back to the way that it should be. Okay, so that's not functioning the way I want it to. I'm going to let that run so if and when this shows up. Grab another paint node and put it right here. Put this media into there. Put this into here. Now, go to paint node number 3. I'll stop this. I'm on paint 3. I'm going to go to modifiers. I don't have versions yet, so I don't have image. Or is that under brush controls? Okay, now I have image. Now can I add a Okay, I'm on paint 3. I'm on image. Well, this is different. I got a ball. But apparently it's not like it's a golf ball, everybody. All right, so we're on image and we do get something different than the brush shape is. I was hoping it would be this picture, and I was hoping I could click on anywhere here. So now the image is gone. for some reason. Did my size decrease? All right, so Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Probably Control Z too many times now. Doggone it. That was promising. You're looking at media out. Santa pictures not connected to it. Yeah. Yes and no. I've learned you can do stuff in here. Like if I wanted to go back over here to brush, be on Paint 3, this doesn't have to be connected. I can actually come up here, grab this, grab that, go to the curve, and bring it down. Well, I made it go away completely, but you don't have to connect this to see it, the end results. I should still be able to go back over here to this and see the ball over here, but for some reason I'm not, and I don't know why. We clearly had a golf ball there for a minute, and just between everyone that's watching, and hopefully no one from Black Magic Design is watching, I think it's a flaw, or I think it's a problem within DaVinci Resolve itself. The stuff will work for a little bit, and then it goes away. I don't think there's anything in here that indicates image like it does over here. But you are correct. What I have to do, okay, so I'll demonstrate that because I think I did this earlier today or last night. I'll put an image there. I'll go grab this right here. So I'll put that there. We'll just make it a straight line. Well, now we're getting frustrated. I'm going to go back to Paint 3. I'm going to grab the polyline. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. And put a slight curve on it by grabbing this node right there. And we'll fly him like crazy over here out over the ocean and then back into the United States. And then we'll go to modifiers. And that says multi-stroke number 1. So I'm going to guess that that's this one. And see if the color comes in. If we go to something crazy, let's just go blue. Hit OK. Size. Now if we connect this to paint number 2, it should show up. If I bring this out into this, well, should have showed up. Why is it not showing up? If I connect it to media, put it in the merge, and then play it. This took me. Is media 1 title at the top clickable? This? Yeah, sure it is. Back over here. Go to modifiers. All right, I found it. So I'm going to change the color to this. I'm going to change the size. No, maybe I didn't find it. So let's go to here. Go to here. There we go. That's the one I want. So now what I really want to be able to do is I really want to be able to click on this and drag it to here. Maybe I can do that. Now I'm going to change this color to, I don't know, yellow. I don't know. Let's just pick a color. Hit OK. Go hit the size. The size is not changing. Interesting. Interesting. So if I play this, I only got the one. If I disconnect that, then it makes everything go away. If I disconnect this, disconnect this, put this into there. That is blowing my mind that if I change the paint source from 2, theoretically, if I put 3 in place of 2, then it should show that other set of lines. So if I do this, I was thinking yesterday I did this. I don't remember how I did it. And actually, I wasn't thinking. I know I did it. Try it that way. The reason I know I did it is because I have several lines already. I've got one from Vegas, one from Maryland-ish, one from out in the middle of the ocean, and Arkansas. So I know it can be done. I've done it. I haven't done anything with the versions yet, but I know this can be done. Is there a black background covering it up? I'm going to guess he's talking about the other one, and hopefully I can get back to it. Should be this one right here. Open it in Fusion. No, there's no background. Well, yeah, there is a background. Background 2, but background 2 is I got the background 2 turned all the way off so that it's transparent. Kind of a silly way of doing it, but that's so far the only way I've seen and will actually learn how to do. So I know. All right, let's go take a look at this real quick, and then I'll wrap this up and continue this with tomorrow. So if we go back over here to Darren's map, which I named it that because Darren provided this map for me. The text is obviously the arrows in the zoom homie, so we want to deal with this here. We want to go into Fusion, and I can't do that because you got to right click, open in Fusion, and now we're good. Let's bring this over here. Bring this back over here so that I can figure out what I'm doing here. So I renamed paint number 1 to Jeff in Vegas. I renamed paint number 2. So this is how it should work. The media 1 into paint, into paint, into paint, into merge, into media out. Now why Greg's is not showing up? Oh, I know why Greg's isn't showing up. Greg's is actually part of Jeff's paint number 1. Okay, so let's go back over here to this one, and then right click it, open the Fusion, paint number 1 went into paint number 2, and then paint number 2 went into merge. Aha! Yay! Da 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 da! I see a yellow, I see a green line. So let's go back over here. But I got a bad feeling I'm not going to see the other ones. So we'll go back to the beginning. Oh, we're at the beginning. We'll hit play. Oh, look at that. Ah, we got an airplane crash. Oh, it disappeared off the radar. Doggone it. Oh, here it's back. Oh, no, it's a shadow. It's a ghost ship. That cartoon from the 70s with Ghost Rider, I think was his name. So there you go. That is how I am learning to do what I'm learning to do. If I get it working somewhere, I go look at what I'm trying to do. So by theory, now we want to figure out. We'll figure that out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want to figure out how to get. Wow, seriously? So I want to be on median 2, and I want it to be in the right view or the left view, but it's being a pain. All right, let's put it on the second view. There we go. Wow, crazy. I want to figure out how to. There's 2 things I want to figure out. Well, more than 2, but I want to figure out how to, instead of making these lines, I'd like them to be images. And then that way I can have some fun with it. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll work on that tomorrow. I'm going to figure out how to get Santa's image. I mean, other than cheating and bringing him in here like this, and then bringing it down like this. I mean, I know I can do that. I don't want to brag or anything, but I know I can do that. But there's got to be a way I can maybe do this. I mean, simply, if I keyframe this here at the beginning, keyframe it on the side. Oh, the size should stay the same. So let's take the size down to, oh, let's take it down 0.025. That's a little small. I can't really read it. We'll go ahead and keyframe it, even though I'm not going to change it. We'll keyframe the position. We'll move the playhead, whatever. And we'll move this over to there. Put it right there. We'll keyframe it to there and there. Go back and play it. Simple animation. But the picture's too little to really make out, so that's not going to be that effective. Yep. So there we go. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm sure this is coming up on an hour since it's 12:53 and I started at like 59. Yep, according to the studio, 53 minutes. So I want to thank Wintermute, Greg Guy, Jeff Ryman, Tony Wallow. No Long Dog today. I hope he's okay. Did I miss anybody? B.H. Ringer? I certainly did. I apologize for that. Tonight, Mrs. K's 16 hours, 9 o'clock, 9:30 at the very latest. I haven't decided yet, but I will get an early start. That'll probably conflict with some people. Oh, you know what? Tonight's Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Alex will be a little bit late. He's got church. So I'm going to go ahead and save this project where it's at. That way we can pick up tomorrow with figuring this out. I will not go in and mess with it today at all. Now you notice I can't get into Fusion. I'll let you guys ponder that later. Even though I'm on the right one, when I go to Fusion, it takes me to that one. One of these hands will be seen. See ya. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you tonight. Have a great afternoon.